If it became a requirement for a United States presidential candidate to have a psychedelic experience in order to run for president, what do you think that substance should be? If somebody wanted to run for president and it was a legal requirement to have a psychedelic experience, what type of psychedelic experience do you think would best benefit a potential U.S. presidential candidate?
I think that's a bit of a trick question, because if it was a requirement for them to try one, they should probably try them all so that they have the widest array of conscious awareness of the multidimensionality of the self. I think it would be inappropriate to just say, here, try DMT. And which kind? Because NN-DMT takes your awareness out into the field, and you participate in the multidimensional reality that's sort of all around you, potentially, and even other planets. 5-MeO-DMT plays your body like a singing bowl, whereas your body of consciousness kind of goes.
Yep.
And you don't have very many visuals. NN is all visual. 5-MeO is like this.
You just described my experience on it. So yeah.
Yeah. Ayahuasca, on the other hand, you are likely going to be throwing up, but LSD, maybe not so much. Some of them last 5 to 10 minutes. Others last 8 hours, right? So I think that if it was required, then the best thing would be a kind of like, here's the buffet. In order to get to this point here, you have to go and experience them all with the proper training and information instruction all along the way, so that by the end of it, they genuinely have a higher level of enlightenment, instead of just sort of being like tossed into the ocean. Good luck if you can swim.
Sure.
And if you still want to be president after, good for you, right?
Yeah.
There would almost be like a
We
pathway.
hope you're a little bit better.
But I heard an idea recently, which is just that if there were actually more consequences for an individual running for president, then it wouldn't just be available to anybody. You know how they say the people who are best suited for the job are the ones who don't want it?
Yeah.
Right. So if there was a severe, like if you were impeached, there was a severe punishment for doing so, rather than, oh, you just lose the job, right? Like,
right.
If you abuse the public trust to such a great degree that the collective body politic, or the body of society, says that they do not want you in their leadership position anymore, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life in jail, or you're gonna have a beheading, or some
be
kind
stoned
of,
in the town square.
If there was a punishment like that, people would take that job far more seriously, and then you would actually have leaders who would not abuse the public trust and not get impeached by doing the wrong thing. There would be a lot more. I think it would increase trust, because they know that they're in a position where they have to do a good job, and they would not do things that would go against the collective interest of everybody moving in a positive direction. Because right now, I think the root of your question about, well, which psychedelic would they want to take, that comes from the feeling like the people in power are out of alignment with the people in general.
Yeah.
With the people.
That's exactly where it comes from.
Right?
Yeah.
And that maybe by having psychedelics, maybe they would get a little bit more into the awareness of how to be a good leader.
Yeah.
Right? Again, if multiple things were set up, here's the consequences, here's the pathway to get involved, right? Here's what you need to learn, in order to be a good leader, then it's going to reduce the amount of people who run for president, but it's going to increase the quality of those people tremendously. The people who are actually virtuous would be in power, rather than whoever wants the power for themselves so that they can use it and abuse it and be selfish.
A much better answer than I was hoping for. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
That's great. Yeah, because it's not a question where you could just say MDMA and be done with it. So I appreciate that.
Oh, that would have been a good one too. Watch the full episode of the Good Trip podcast using the link in the description. Enjoy.